Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Love Thy Vape. Today will be a small review on the Sigelei 100 watt plus box. Pretty neat and tidy. Got a little pull tab. I'm going to pull this up, and there we have it. The Sigelei is in here. Comes with your instruction manual and a 90-day warranty, which is pretty sweet. It's pretty nice little. It's quite comfortable to hold. It even comes with a silicone protective cover, so if you're prone to dropping your box like I was, silicone package is probably good for you. Anyway, so here it is. Lovely little button. Same as always. 5 times to turn it on, 5 times to turn it off. This also comes with a function where if you hold the two plus and minus buttons together, it will lock the device. So if you put it in your pocket, in your bag, it will not go off prematurely without you wanting it to, which is very good. So first things first, I'm going to load my batteries up. I've got two 250 mAh batteries here, 3.7 volts each, so it's quite nice. Great thing about this is it's got magnetic battery pack, so it literally just clips straight on, just slides right on. You know, no fiddling about, no unscrewing screws, just comes off nice and comfortable. Do excuse me. So make sure that when you put these in, you check the polarity. This larger side is the negative. This smaller side is the positive. Like most batteries, that's how it works. You've got the plastic insulator that covers the connections. So negative, positive. There's the difference. Negative, positive. Remember that, guys. It's very important. So it's got your positive and negatives on each side. So make sure that you put the polarity of that correctly. Now it's got a little tab here. Now, if you remember old school remote controls, it had this little tab, and that makes it a lot easier to get your batteries up because it can be tricky to kind of, and you don't want to bash it out like you would do on your remote control. So pull the band to one side, get your polarities right, stick that in, and then I'll pull this over, yeah, so the ribbon comes across that battery. Polarity again, people. And put that in. So you got the ribbon there, and then when you pull this, it'll pull that battery out, and then when you pull it again, it'll pull that battery out, and so on and so forth. Very simple. Snaps back into place, nice and simple. I'm using my plume valve once again. I love this little thing, it's fantastic. Put a link in the description to the review on that. I'm just going to screw this on, get it nice and ready. Should already have juice in it. Okay, so here we go. 5 clicks on, comes up with nice Sigelei. There we go, it's on. So this is your battery. This is your ohms. You see a little ohm, you might not be able to see it. Let's get a nice close up. So we've got battery power, ohms, wattage, and voltage. So I'm at 50 watts at the moment, and this is 3.7 volts at 2 ohms, if you can see that. I'm going to knock this down just to 30 watts, which is like the standard in most vaporizers. Bear with me. There we go. 30 watts. It cuts itself out, obviously, to save your battery and whatnot. Just hold, obviously, to fire up. Sizzling away. Let me just check. I've got juice. I can top it up. I'm using this. This is Death by Bunny by Zeus Juice. It's 70% VG. You can work out the rest on the PG. Beautiful flavour. This is like a strawberry custard. It is divine. It's very sweet. It's 6 milligrams of It's 3 milligrams of nicotine, so it's quite low in nicotine. But with this box, you don't need high nicotine because, like, the amount of vapor this kicks out, you're gonna get your nicotine fix if you're down with that. If not, and you've got your 0 nicotine, even better. So here we go. Couple of drops. Pop, 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 pop. 4 drops would do, I think. Now, I quickly want to show you the coil I'm using because I quite like this coil. Yes, it looks a bit dark and dank, but it's the new cottons in there. But this is basically a twisted 24 gauge Canthal, and it comes in at just 2 ohms, I think it says on here. Yep, 2 ohms, which is lovely. I just want to let you see the fire up. A little bit of a fire up time, but it's at 30 watts, so what do you expect? just put my ring back on. So I'm just going to fire this up for you guys, just so you can see what it's like on 30 watts. Beautiful amount of vapor. I have to say the production is probably a hell lot more than I had with my Aspire. Now I'm not knocking the Aspire because they are good for what they are. They're absolutely fantastic. So now I'm going to whack this up to 40 watts, so you guys can see what the gradient is like. Oh, I've gone too far. 60, no thank you. 40 watts. 40 watts, there we go. As you can see, the production, gets better and better. Now, one thing that you must take into account is when you put a brand new coil in here, and brand new cottons and brand new juice. Once again, you all know it. Prime your coil. Okay, make sure that the coil is saturated fully. So, of course, with this, the coils can get pretty big. You can even go down. It doesn't really matter. It's obviously the coil you build is up to you. Other than that, I'm going to whack this up to 50 watts. 50 watts. I'm going to stick another couple of drops in. Fire this baby up. And as you can see there, I don't have to make a big intake. It's when you go higher and higher with the wattage, you don't have to take massive lungfuls. Of course, you can if you want, if you're a cloud chaser. And this thing is like cloud central. I'm telling you, it's got more smog than London. It's fantastic. Big, thick, dense clouds, my friends. But the more watts you have, the hotter it gets. The more volts you have. It's still 3.7 volts. It's not a problem. But your coil dries up pretty quickly. So, regular filling up is necessary. Right, I'm just going to whack this straight up to like 70 watts now. I'm going to skip 60. Oh, in fact, I've gone past 70, so it's going to be 80. 80 watts. 80 watts. Wow. This is fantastic. The flavour is so delicious. It's unreal. I recommend that you get this Diff by Bunny. It's very creamy, very custardy, very strawberry. Fantastic. I'm now at 4.7 volts on this machine. The vape is getting warm. It's not hot, but it's warm. It's very nice. It feels good, I have to say, when using this. So I'm just going to go straight up and whack it up to 100 watts, which is 5.2 volts. So here we go, 100 watts. That's getting hot. It feels very warm. It's not hot, but it's very warm in the mouth. But the flavour just gets better. It just gets better, people. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm going to take another hit. You don't have to take big hits. Like, the more watts you get, the quicker heat up time is literally instantaneous. Vape is hitting my face instantly. So yeah, the higher watts you go, the less of an intake you really need, to be fair. So that alone was a tiny hit, and the vapor off that was like if I took a lungful nearly. So experiment, guys. I quite like 60 watts on this. Keeps it nice and cool, and also provides a good lung hit. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Not really much else to say about it apart from you've got to get yourselves one of these because it is fantastic. And of course, the RDA you choose is up to you. I can't stipulate that. I'm using the plume veil, and that's my forte right now until I get myself some new ones. I'll probably go for the freak show next. I've been seeing some of these like really short RDAs. They're like literally that tall, and then the mouthpiece. So they're very short. So nano coils built in them all day long. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is the Sigelei 100 watt plus. I don't know why it's called the plus because it doesn't actually go over 100 watts. But hey ho, I hope this is good enough for you. I hope you've learned a little bit something about this box. Yeah. See you later, guys.